Would you stay at home?
I wouldn't stay at home.
Why? Why not?
I feel I should be out working, trying to get my family ahead, trying to create a better life for my children. Why should I be staying at home?
Hi, my name is Rume. I'm currently working at a consulting firm in Lagos.
My name is Ebube. I work as an accountant at a professional services firm in Lagos.
I'm also a youth corper. I'm about to be done, so yes, fun times.
I love to try new things. As far as it's reasonable, I want to try it.
I'm interested in a lot of different things. Depends on how I'm feeling, depends on my mood. So sometimes that means introvert, extrovert, it really depends.
I love playing snooker with my friends and chilling computer games when I have the chance to do that.
What I'm looking for in a man, first thing for me is he has to be someone I can talk to about anything. He has to be someone that gets me, gets all of this.
I'm looking for a God-fearing, very organized, driven woman that's also career-oriented.
And someone who is chilled, calm, fun, spontaneous, adventurous, whatever.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So what's your name?
Rume.
Oh, I'm Ebube. What do you do?
Nice to meet you. I work at a consulting firm, but I'm a corper at the moment, so it's not permanent.
Oh, okay, same here. I thought she was a very beautiful lady, quite bold.
He looked calm. He's short, but he's cool. He's calm, and he has really nice eyes.
So, what's it like as a couple? How are you enjoying it?
I'm getting ready to be done, and I'm happy about that. It's a very long, tedious process, but I think it's necessary to get it out of the way as soon as possible, just because it's one of those things.
I agree.
So, what do you do for fun?
What do I do for fun? I like chilling with my friends, playing snooker, some video games when I find the chance.
So, do you go out? Do you go clubbing? Are you into stuff like that?
No.
What about it? Like, what irritates you about it?
It doesn't irritate me. I mean, I do it when I have the right ginger to do it, but it's not what you find me doing regularly, once in a blue moon, that kind of thing.
Fair enough. Me too. Thank you. So the question is, do you support gender roles?
To an extent, why not? I feel that it depends. It depends on what works for you. But yeah, I do support gender roles.
So what do you define as gender roles?
I feel it's more important for the woman to be close to the children than for the man, right? Especially at the tender age, right? That's why you find even in divorce settlements, you find that the grant custody to the woman.
I think it's a very broad question. You can think about it. Depends on your personality, I feel, and what you want for yourself. But for me, there are no rules. As long as there's synergy and there's harmony in that arrangement, I feel like you can go about it any other way. I don't think you need to, just because stereotypically we do something, we must do it when I do it. As long as it works for you, your family, I think that's cool. But should a mother be there when they're growing up, like you said? That's cool if they have that, if they can afford to do that, if she can afford to be home. But there are some homes where both parents have to work. Both parents need a source of income. Not everyone has that luxury or, opportunity to do things like that. And sometimes the dad may be able to stay home as well, and they balance that out, they switch roles. That's cool too. What do you think about the guy staying at home? Would you stay at home?
I wouldn't stay at home.
Why? Why not?
I feel I should be out working, trying to get my family ahead, trying to create a better life for my children. Why should I be staying at home? I just don't believe in it. I'd rather be out working than sitting in the house doing nothing.
Personally, Not, it depends. It really depends on what we decide to do in the initial stages. But no, not really. Like, I think 50-50. Because sometimes I want to see you be able to do things and go out, but I really would like if you're able to do that as well. So I would say a bit of both. If you're able to do that, if you're not able to do that, doing both at the same time, I think is a great combination.
I feel like if it comes to the worst, I could still contribute to the home and still win bread.
Okay, and who taught you that? Like, how come that's something you think? Do you think you felt that way growing up, or you saw it on TV? What inspired that situation?
I mean, there's the nature and there's the nurture to it. If you even go back to, if we go religious now, you go back to the Bible, like it also states that, yeah, the man should provide. So, I mean, I'm not there to reinvent the wheel as regards that. I feel I should go and try my best to create a better living for my kids.
Well, you know, to each his own, but he had reasons for that. Like, he tried his best to back that up. I personally don't feel like that's justified nowadays, just because why should he be able to go out and then his wife is just at home taking care of children? Like, what if she needs to go out? What if she needs to work? Why can't he stay at home? He made it very clear that when his kids are growing up, he wants his wife there at home with him, and I just thought that was a bit one-sided, but it's cool.
So,
you don't think you can provide and also be available?
It's important to be available. Of course, you can provide and also be available. It's important to be available.
So
you don't make provision an excuse for not being available.
Yeah.
So you must find a way to balance it.
How are you going to go about that? Like, how are you going to make sure that you're able to do both? Because it's easier said than done, you know? Like, a lot of people intend for that to happen and it doesn't happen eventually. And how are you going to make sure you're different? Parenting is a two-way thing. You're not just getting married and having kids because the woman is able to give birth. Like, yes, that happens to be her role in that sense. She's able to do that biologically, but the man should try his best to support her in whatever way he can, whether that's staying at home, whether that's being by her side, whether that's taking care of the kids sometimes, whether that's babysitting sometimes, because at the end of the day, that's your sperm. You did that, you know? So that's my take.
I mean, that's not something you can particularly speak to. However, I feel that when you really want to make out time for something, you will make out time for it. If it's important to you, you're not the busiest father in the whole world. If it's important to you, I mean, there's the American president. I think he had time for his kids. I mean, every day you come back home, you have to find a way to make up for it.
Okay.
It's important for both parents to be close to the children. However, I still believe that it's really important for the woman to be a little bit closer to the children.
So, what did you get? What are you eating?
Some suya stuff or chicken.
Stuff? You're just gonna eat stuff? Don't you want to know what it is?
It looks good, so I'm fine with it.
So if it looks good, you're just going to eat it? Mm-hmm. Okay. As?
Not bad at all.
How are you finding this date so far?
Really interesting.
Why? What's so interesting about it?
What's so interesting? I think you have a broad view on stuff so far. I think I do agree with you on what we've discussed so far, and I'm really open to learning more about you as we discuss further.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think I like the way you have your mindset on things. You know, it's admirable to see someone who knows exactly what he wants and he's willing to back that up. You know, a lot of guys, they'll just tell you, I can't stay at home. What does that mean? Like, so where are you going? Like, what are you doing? But I like that you're able to tell me why, and at least you seem to have some predisposition about that. So that's a cool thing. Sometimes it's like, but what are you saying really? But other times it's like, okay, I get you. But yeah, that's cool. So what do you consider is good for a second date? Like, people go out to eat. What would you do as a second date if you're feeling her?
You could still do food, you could do movies. I mean, it depends on whether you'd like to sit and talk or you just want to be around each other and talk later, right? So Movies, fine. Could be anything really. As
So
far
you
as
go from
it depends on your interests.
you go from talking to you can just sit down and watch a movie and hold hands.
I mean, that's fine, because first date and the second date doesn't mean you both didn't talk, so you've been talking. So you don't have to be talking on the second date. It's just about finding interest and spending time together. That's what's important.
I think you can tell a lot about a person with what they want to do in terms of activities or how they want to spend time with someone they just met. So it was just my way of gauging him, gauging his personality, gauging his attitude towards me, and gauging his vibe. So that's why I asked. If you're dating someone, would you talk to that person regularly, or just like when you feel like? Would you talk to her every day? Like, what's your take on that?
It's really important. Very important. You can't over exaggerate the importance. So yeah.
All right. All in all, I had a pleasant time during this date. I think it was cool getting to know him. He was very chilled.
I feel Rume is a very beautiful lady. I was really impressed with the dates, with the discussions.
He was very calm. It was very easy talking to him as well, which I appreciated. His personality along mine, he's cool, but he's very calm, and I kind of wanted someone who had more to say or was more suggestive. But all in all, I would rate him over all his personality, his looks. I would give him about a 6.5.
I feel she is definitely at least an 8 over 10. It was really a good date.
I wouldn't classify it as a date, but could I meet up with him to hang out with him? I could. I definitely could, because he's cool. Are you ready to get right into it?
Super ready.